There is no average person. Just take a look at these three things that I wrote down over here, okay? There's no average person. So what does that mean? That means that we cannot be averaged with other people. Let's say that we decide to put a standardized chemical into 1,000 people and measure the physical effects. Each of these people have a different set of parameters that influence the maintenance of health within their body. So if I decide to put a standardized chemical into these 1,000 people, it's going to be good for some. All right, this group, wow, it worked out great. Okay, it's going to be average for some. And then for the rest of these people, it can be dangerous or even deadly. So are these things truly scientific, or are they average? Are they scientific or are they average? You know my answer. Let me present another situation to you so that you can think of something for yourself. Let's break this down a little bit more. I'm going to use asthma. For a remedy to be scientific and not average, every asthmatic sufferer must have his symptoms relieved by the exact same measured amount of one of these substances. When that happens, that is scientific. If that is not the case, this implies that the stimulus that caused the bronchioles to constrict and become mucus-filled, that is mucus, is apparently irrelevant to the scientific understanding of this condition. What caused it to become mucus-filled? Why is something going to work for this guy and not this guy? Now, understand that the diagnosis of asthma is made based on symptoms only, not measurable and objective testing. We are all different. We are all very special. We are all born with different genetic strengths and weaknesses. We all have differences based on how we've treated our body over the last however many years you've been alive, which is going to give us different states of vitality and recuperative abilities. Everybody is different in their strengths, their weaknesses, genetics, their environment, diet, mental capacity, emotionals, things like that. So to just give an average to a group of people is not scientific. So you got these two guys over here, you and your friend, that you both have asthma. You're both exhibiting the same symptoms, but the problem may be different in each body. That is why certain things work for others and certain things don't work for others. That's why the last board that I show you, you have some that it worked for, and then you have some that it's inconclusive. Nothing happened to them, and then you have some that it can create a worse situation in their body. Therefore, because the human subjects involved in this healing process cannot be standardized, a better system is needed to evaluate each person, each human. Something that have things like herbs, something like whole food substances. There's an intelligence in living things that you cannot get when you're dealing with these particular things over here. Make sure that you can see it. There's an intelligence in living things, and because of this intelligence, cellular activity is a little bit more predictable. When you inject yourself with something that is artificial, or any kind of ingestion, whether it's a needle, whether it's a supplement that you're taking by mouth, it is unpredictable. Healing is not science. Healing is art. Understand what I'm saying? Healing is not science. Healing is art, and it's art because of the unique components that come along with each and every one of us. Now, what are the major factors that's going to make something work for one and not the other? That's going to speed up the disease process in one and not the other. There's a bunch of different variations, and one of the main things is called enervation. Enervation means a lowered functioning power, which inhibits your excretions and your secretions, resulting in a slowdown in the elimination of your bodily fluid, the thing that needs to come out, the bodily waste. They get lodged up, they accumulate, and then they start to impact your tissues and your organs. And this will have an effect on the time that it takes to repair something like asthma. You cannot just go through the same exact procedure as this guy. Oh, wow, this guy healed his stuff naturally. Let me do what he did. It doesn't work that way. Healing is art. You have to figure out exactly what it is that's going to work for your body, because the racial component is different. The diet component is different. The age is different. The length that you've had the disease is different, because the longer you don't take care of a disease, the deeper it's going to go into the body. So this guy got healed in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and this is every disease. He got healed in 2 to 3 weeks. You did the same exact protocol. 2 to 3 weeks passed, nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? Because you're not him. You're too special. So when you think about disease should not be cured. The patient should be cured. The person should be cured. The human should be cured. The disease should not be cured. Disease is the effort of the vital person, the vital organism, to recover the normal condition. And the majority of times the cure, or the so-called cure, is worse than the disease. We're not curing disease. We are healing the person. Curing disease is a delusion. Disease is not the problem here. Figure out yourself. Figure out your specific art, your body's intelligence. Only you could do that. There is no doctor, no herbalist, no healer. Nobody can do that for you. Only you can do that. And the only way that you're going to be able to figure out what it is to experiment on yourself using natural products. So you can follow a certain protocol for a person, and it may work, it may not work. And if it doesn't work, that means maybe you need to do it longer than them. Maybe you need to alternate something. Maybe you have another issue. This guy has asthma, but maybe you have asthma and you have thyroid issues, or you have hormone imbalance. Changes the game. Healing is special. You can't all have the same protocol. This is average. It is not this. It is only average. Thank you for watching.